Hi, my name is Carlos Aguilar, and I'm going to talk about my personal futures based on the workbook by Dr. Bernet. In the first part, we have to explain our life stages, our personal domains, and our driving forces. Then, our life events, our values, strengths, and weaknesses. In the first part, we have to focus on the life stage. The life stage I chose was the adult one because I think the more important decisions are taken in this stage. Who are you going to get married? How many kids? Housing, work, or if you want to be your own boss. The next step was to explain our personal domains, activities, finances, health, housing, social, and transportation domain. Also, we have to define our main forces. Mine are activities, social, and health at this stage of my life, that is young adult. Next, we have to explain the life events, the stage, the common events, and the high impact events. Infant, walk, high impact allergy. My grandfather died. A friend of mine died driving. I entered to college, and my grandmother and a cousin died. And at last, we have to explain our values, our strengths, and weaknesses. From values, I have friends, family, responsibility, loyalty, social service, recognition, career, ethics, and honesty. And in strengths and weaknesses, we have to explain our strengths and weaknesses depending on the dominant internal factors we were talking about. For example, I have in activities, I have the speaking skills, and my weaknesses are the writing skills. This is the end of the first section. In the second section of the personal futures activity, we have to create some scenarios based on our personal information, because we will never have 100 secure plans or a safe plan in our lives. The next thing we have to do is a scenario matrix, where we put the continuation, the best, the wild card, and the worst scenario. Here are some examples of my activities: health, social, and my goals. The second part was to examine the driving forces in the life stages. Infant, we start walking, talking, and fast way was learning. In child, we start learning skills and relate with other kids. In adolescence, is social friends. We have acne, start appearing, humor, and always getting in trouble. Young adult activity, starting my career. In adult is social family. We have the opportunity to be a father. In middle age, activity is work. In the transition of my business to live in my retirement. Independent elder is now the family, my children live home, and I have to spend with my lovely wife. Vulnerable elder is health. I have something to care. Someone is going to take care of me. Dependent elder, health. I will be able to stand up and walk by myself, and an activity of my end of the life. And end of life, social family. I will spend the last days with my family. And the last part was to create 4 scenarios: the continuation of the present scenario, best possible scenario, wildcard scenario, worst scenario. We created the 4 scenarios. I'm going to read the continuation of the present scenarios. It's a beautiful afternoon of 2017. I'm receiving my graduation diploma. The same day my application to Boston University arrived. I'm really nervous to know if I was accepted to the study of my master's. The letters say I was accepted and I live to Boston. 3 years later, when I returned from Boston, I received the opportunity to work in a transnational company where I can receive all the experience I want to gather to create my own business. At that moment, I stayed doing a lot of exercise to maintain myself healthy, fit, and with good mobility. Now that I find a nice job, I rent my own flat. And with that, we conclude the second section of the personal futures. In the third section of the personal future activity, we have to create some strategic planning to create a vision of the future and where we want to be in, because in the plan, we can take into account highly impact events that can happen or occur in our life. In the first part, we have to create a vision for the next stage. In my case, is the adult stage. Here are my activities: travel, play, golf, and export in my company. Finances, health, social, and transportation. In the second part, we have to develop strategies because we have to set a strategic plan to achieve the vision, mission, and goals, and another strategic plan for actions to reduce the impacts in these events. In activities, we have to put a strategy to achieve goals and vision and to avoid it. I put get a lot of potential clients such as supermarket, restaurants, and liquor stores. And to avoid it, start with a little business to see how the market behave before launching the big company. The following thing we have to do was to develop action plans to have a clear vision and goal setting. We have to define a possible actions to take care in order to achieve the expected future. And at last, we have to develop some contingency plan based on the wild card scenarios or the worst possible scenarios. My scenarios are bankruptcy, terminal disease, and inherit. Here we have the how we're going to deal it. What action? This project was meaningful because I think not a lot of students have a plan with this much detail of what they want to do or what they plan to do when they turn 30. What things they should have already in that stage and what scenarios can affect and create a turning point in our lives. And this is the best way of being prepared in those circumstances is by planning and be proactive in your life decisions. Thank you very much for this opportunity and thanks for watching.